life growing up, I'm actually still growing up. um, I was raised in a single parent home. My mother worked a lot of hours. She worked multiple jobs.
Qiyana was a very calm, uh, a good kid. Um, my mother basically kept Qiyana through her toddler years, and she never was sick. She was a good kid.
I think my mom did a fairly good job by keeping things that I needed in my life, um, such as, good health, keeping me in good health, going to the doctor. She had a lot of help from her family members, my grandmother, um, all my aunts, uncles. Everybody had a hand in raising me. My mom will always say, like, Qiyana's everybody's child.
I've started to participate in her life when she was about eight, 8 or 9 years old. So some of that early raising, I wasn't a part of, but I always felt like there was something missing in my life because just by what things that was happening from the time she was born until the time she came into my life, things got better once she came into my life.
Well, me and Kiana had a very tight relationship. We always was together because we used to work at the New Arizona, and we just had a regular sister kind of like relationship. Like we always fought, but still, it was still tight. Like we'd fight, and then 10 minutes later, we'd be friends again. It was some great years. Still some great years. I love her as a sister. I don't look at her nothing different but a sister. We did everything together. We were inseparable. We went on every field trip, road trip, anywhere I was going with my mother and father. Qiyana was right there.
Man, I know Qiyana since I was 9 years old. We met in the fourth grade, and I still never forget like how she just basically came to me and told me I was going to be her friend, and then I found out years later that she thought I was she thought I wasn't as clean as the other kids because of some of the people I hung out with. But yeah, we've been friends ever since. Our families know each other. She's been around every holiday, barbecue.
Her mother would tell me little stories how she always felt that she can do a lot of stuff on her own.
Qiyana was always independent. She always was motherly. I can go pick her up from school, and she had to make sure everybody had their coats on, their hats, their shoes was tied. She always had an old soul. She wasn't a normal child. She always act old. And that's probably because of being around older people.
She's just always been the independent type. Like I felt like she was working since she was like 12 or something. Like I felt like, man, like watching her always motivated me growing up because she always, didn't beg for anything, didn't ask for anything. She just, she went out there and she got what she wanted ever since, we were kids. And I've always loved that about her.
Is nothing you need done that she cannot do for you. Whenever you need a lended hand, she's always there for you. She never could say no to you. She's this Christian-like child. Like we were both brought up in the Christian home, and she continued with it.
I came from a family of educators. My grandmother is a teacher. My mother's biological mother was a teacher. And education was just always important in my family. I wanted a different setting, so I moved from North Jersey to South Jersey, and went to the College of New Jersey. Basically, ended up graduating from college with a degree of special education, a minor in psychology. And at the college, I took a lot of courses in some of everything, a lot of math courses, biology. Just to get a feel of things. I was joining clubs and everything. So I then just falling in love with the whole area. I just got my own apartment. decided to go to grad school, got a graduate assistantship during graduate school, and I realized I can, go ahead and start my career. I went to Willenboro High School, and I actually just went to apply for an internship so I can have my credits so I could graduate. So I said, why not go ahead and take a position, who can't beat $45,000 a year at the age of 22? I really would say I was a workaholic. I really didn't know who I was at the time. Started, working at Willenboro High School first year as a teacher, and I was sort of nervous, but I fit right in because I had my substitute teaching experience from Trenton, and then I had my own classroom, probably about a resource class, about 2 periods out the day. So that was my life in the daytime. And then at night was school. And my professors were very understanding. They knew I had to work to pay the bills and be able to stay in school. And I would study on the weekends and write papers.
How did you just feel about your life? Did you just feel like, you were living a pretty...
At that point in my life, I felt like I had it going on. I had my own place. Like, wow, my own place. Living in a nice neighborhood. Had a car. I was working on getting a house. And, I was liking it. I thought I had control of my life. I really did.